Okay, welcome to day 4 of the Vibe Camp. And today is going to be fairly light on information, and we assume that you guys will have a lot of questions. But today we're going to focus on monetization and creating your own token. And we're going to walk you through that process of deploying your own token. To start, we have a message from Intern.
Hi guys, this is the ORNG Intern. Welcome to the Vibe Camp. If you're here, it means that you're interested in working out how to monetize your game or app. There's 2 main ways that you can monetize your game or app at the same time as gaining access to the amazing audience of Orange ID holders and users. The first way is to use the existing Orange token. This is the simplest, fastest way to market, and for those of you who don't want the hassle of trying to manage an economy or trying to start your own token and managing all the exchange listings, liquidity, and all the things that go with it, this is the easiest plug-and-play option. If you plug Orange into your ecosystem, users can buy the Orange token on exchanges, decentralized and centralized, and pay you for access to your app, whether that be subscriptions, premium features, digital assets, or anything you want to charge for. What we do as Orange Web3 is take a small fee, and that fee is to compensate for access to the user base, and it will also be used to create a flywheel. We give a percentage of what we take back to the community of users. It's a way to reward our users for coming back and staying engaged. The second way is to launch your own token. This is for those who are a little bit more adventurous and who want a bigger slice of a bigger pie. But with your own economy comes caveats that you need to do due diligence on for yourself. Try saying that 10 times fast. When you launch your own token, you are responsible for liquidity, exchange listings, regulations, and everything that goes along with it. There's a tremendous responsibility having your own token in your own economy, but there is also a tremendous upside. You need to do your own research. You can use any number of tools that either we provide or third parties provide to launch a standard token. You would take a percentage of that token and a percentage of Orange and put that in a pool. That will allow people to trade into and from Orange into your token. By using the Orange pairing and Orange as a liquidity base, you'll get access to the audience of users. People can accept your token as a form of payment. This is a more complex way of doing things, but it has tremendous upside. Do your own research before committing to either path. Thank you for joining the Vibe Camp. Thank you for showing an interest in monetization, and we're here to make sure that your project is successful.
Joe is going to take us through that process using our token launcher. We'll share that presentation with you. At some point, Lala will post that to the Notion where all the other videos and PDFs are. Joe, you want to take it away?
Sure, I can see the screen.
Yeah.
Awesome. Today we launched the token launcher and the interface changed a little bit. Right now we have Vibe Gems here for builders to see what new Vibe Gems like which we have at the moment and which are upcoming. Those will be for third-party Vibe Gems as well. We just wanted to make sure we have a place for builders to go. Obviously you can see the orange Vibe Gem here, which is a previous one. Now for the token launcher, we have this new menu up here, which you can choose to go to the deploy token, to the token list or the FAQs. So if I go to the token list, we can already see 2 tokens. Those were not deployed here, but it's the 2 ecosystem tokens. So we kept them here on top. They will always stay on top. And you have 2 options how to look at them. And obviously you can also buy the tokens. But let's create a token. If you want to create a token, you got to go here to deploy token. And then you have that interface. So we're going to create an ERC20 token. So you need a name for that. Let's just call it Vibe. Then you need a token symbol that is 1 to 5 characters. Then you need a description. So you basically just put in whatever that token is going to be used for, or what your vision is for that project. It needs to be at least 10 characters. Then a token logo, which is required. So you just choose your logo. We have two buttons here that we can switch on as well. First one is for the Orange community. And this means that you can choose between 5 and 10% of the supply, which will be distributed as an airdrop to all of the Orange ID holders and Orange holders. That can give you a start with already a large number of wallets that have your token and might get interested in your token. So that's optional if you want to switch it on or off. So let's switch this one on. And then initial token purchase. This means that you can buy a token before it is live and traded. And why we put that in is because you start with relatively low liquidity, which means that, sniper bots can come in and make the first purchase, and then they can get a large amount of the supply for the cheapest price. What this can prevent, if you want to make sure you have at least 5% of the supply or 10%, then you can select here how much you want to choose. All right, let's go with 5%. The cost is basically a simulated cost, how much it would cost. Then you connect the wallet. In this case, I've already connected, but it would just be a connect wallet button that you click and you connect your MetaMask wallet, making sure that you have enough AVAX for transaction, which is very low, but yeah, a little bit of AVAX, and then Orange. In this case, I'm using fake Orange, so that's not a real Orange balance here. And then you can go send Orange and deploy token. All right, so you'll see that screen. Please confirm the transaction in your wallet. So you will see that transaction open up. In that case, it's fake Orange. And you confirm the transaction. All right, and then we're in the token deployment progress. First of all, you're in a queue. So if there's someone else in the queue, it will process your transaction afterwards. But in this case, we're the only ones. So first contract deployed, which means the token is now deployed, but you cannot buy it yet because no liquidity yet. Orange contribution, that's a transaction for the Orange wallet. So this one will be airdropped to all the Orange users. Create an initial buy. You can track the transaction here of your initial purchase of the tokens. Then the liquidity pool will be created in a moment. All right, that's done. And then the next step is JLP burn. So what does that mean? JLP means Joe liquidity pool tokens. Because we are on Trader Joe, that's the exchange, the biggest in Avalanche. When you create a liquidity pool, you get LP tokens. And to make sure that nobody can pull out those LP tokens anymore, the liquidity is locked. We make sure that those tokens are burned. That means the liquidity that your token will launch with can fully be trusted, that nobody can pull it out anymore and rug pull basically. And in the end, we verify the contract on the Block Explorer to make sure that it shows up as open source contract. All right, and that's pretty much it. You have a contract address. You can check that out on Snowtrace. You can check all of those transactions and then go to token details. There you can see a token that just launched. And what it will also show here is the text screener chart. Right now, there was no swap yet, so you don't see that chart yet, but I'll do a swap in a minute and then you will see that. As you can see, you see the creator. So that's you basically, your display name and all the projects that you created. And that's really important. Show the connection here because your token basically represents you and your creations. And then underneath, you can show your whole portfolio and how you're going to integrate the token or make it more valuable, give it more utility and so on.
You have to have submitted a project to create a token, correct?
Yeah. So right now we only allow users that submitted a project and have it approved to create a token. And we also only allow to create one token per user for now. And yeah, the main point behind this, first of all, we want to target the builders that actually create things and put, value behind the tokens. And only one token is because you quickly dilute the value of your token if you create several. So for now, we just keep it at one.
Joe, would you mind showing everyone how to import the token into MetaMask?
Yeah, sure. Actually, let me just reshare the screen because I think I need to share the whole screen. Okay. All right. So first, before I show the import of tokens, I want to just show really quick how you can do this. Well, you can go to LFJ by clicking here, which will open the LFJ interface and auto-populate your token. You just connect your wallet, and then we make a small swap. Okay, I'm just confirming that with the wallet.
You're rich.
Yeah, great. So I got 4 million VibeC. Obviously, that's not worth anything because it's paired with a fake orange. But if I refresh that screen, you should start seeing a chart. The dev service. Once you have the first swap, you see the chart. If you launch a token, you will see the actual price here, just like we do right now on VibeCodingList. So it's already the first token launched. But because this is a test, you don't actually see real prices. Now for adding the token, can you see the MetaMask?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So you basically just take the contract address, copy it, and then in your MetaMask wallet, you click here, import tokens.
Oh, sorry, Joe. I guess it's not showing the.
Okay. It's not showing the. Let me see if I can reshare. So I can see MetaMask.
Yep. There you go.
So I just copy that address here. That's the contract address. And then you press those 3 buttons here. Import tokens, custom token. And then you select Avalanche here, Avalanche C chain. You drop the token address in here and it auto-populates it. You go next and see the tokens. In that case, I chose 5%, so I can see 50 million.
But the token you just purchased.
So
The token that you just purchased.
this one was from another wallet. Actually, another wallet was connected to Trader Joe. So that was the amount that I, as a creator, as the initial purchase, correct?
Yep.
And that's pretty much it. So we also have that public menu for creators. So you will have your own public profile where it shows your token and your projects. We want to build this out more. So we X verification and maybe a feed or something like that. If you guys have any ideas, please just chat them with us. We have some ideas in the backlog, but we're really excited to just hear what you guys think. One more thing I wanted to share. When we do that swap, you might have noticed that it said the token is unverified. Maybe I can show you one more time. So it says Vibe is not on the verified token list. If you want a logo to show up here and the token to be verified, there's a form from Trader Joe. So can I get my token verified and logo shown on lfj.gg? That is the form. If you create a token afterwards, it doesn't need to be straight after, but whenever you have time, you can submit the token address, you select Avalanche, and then you select to upload a logo. whatever you want to show on Trader. All right. I think that's pretty much it. So, do you think I missed anything or any questions?
No, I don't think you missed anything. That was good. There's our token in the deployed tokens.
So here you see the token that was just created. Here we show the creator and the projects that are associated with that creator. So we're also experimenting with collaborative mechanics. So maybe in the future, if that's in demand, we can add, for example, the options to contribute to this. As a community, you could create a token and then everyone in the community could submit projects to this token and everything build up that ecosystem.
Creating a token is extremely simple. Joe has made that very simple. Obtaining your token and caring for it afterwards is definitely harder. And that's why we recommend that you do your own research, search up other projects that have created tokens or even meme tokens and see how they've done it. But we can't really advise you on what to do after you create your token. If you have any questions about what you just saw, feel free to ask them now. Otherwise, Peel, you're going to do a little bit as well? Or
I think that was it. That was it for today. Just we had open office hours if anyone had any questions or needed any help.
So right now, you can ask anything, whether it's about what you just saw with creating a token or even from the previous days. We can do our best to answer those. And it looks like Chris has a question. Yeah, Chris, go for it.
Okay, so if we're integrating our own token into, let's say, our game or app, what are we going to use for our users to use our token as a payment? How do we integrate that? Are we using the ORNG API? Does the login handle that already? I'm just curious, how is that going to, is the ORNG login going to automatically work with the tokens that we create? Or we just use a wallet system, a wallet API?
All right. So there are a couple of options. So what we are trying to do is give you a few options how you can integrate, or basically point you towards those options in the right direction. One option, if you want to go for Web3, is that you directly link to the wallet. If you want to direct transactions, it's straightforward to call the wallet and call transfer, just like you saw in my example. And then you can execute some logic on your backend, for example, giving the users certain access or something like that. So if you want to go full Web3, that is one possibility. The other option is the credit system. So what I'm working on right now is figuring out how to do credit system yourself, basically, like there are a couple of open source options, and then providing that documentation to all the builders so they can do it themselves. And in that way, you can basically just do an on-ramp with crypto. For example, you have a Web3 wallet, you pay a certain amount, get credits in game. And then in the game, you actually just use the credits and there's no transaction every time you use it. That's probably the most user-friendly way, because especially in games, if you have a lot of transactions and you always got to sign transactions, that can be very disruptive to the user experience. If you think you have a lot of transactions, then I'd definitely recommend figuring out, a way of doing a lot of this stuff off-chain. If that makes sense.
Okay, thank you so much for answering that.
No worries.
Any other questions? We don't usually have access to Joe, so now would be the time.
No worries. I'm happy to try these, by the way, whenever you have them.
Well, you heard it. I will give you Joe's email after this call. Just kidding, man. guess if there's no more questions, we can call it a night. But like I said, like we can answer questions from the other previous days as well. Or if any of you want to show us what you've built and are looking for feedback, we can do that. Okay, guys. Thank you very much for coming. If you have any questions, please leave questions on the WhatsApp group. And thank you all for coming tonight.
Thanks,
guys.
everybody.
Thanks for
See you
joining.
guys
Ron.
soon.